Hi guys, so I'm out here today and I thought I would do my second garden tour because the last one that I did, I pretty much just posted it and it was like almost a month ago already when it was filmed. So I want to get this one out quicker for you guys so it's more up to date because a lot has changed since the last garden tour. So as you can probably tell just from looking just right there, if you notice, this lettuce right here is a lot bigger. Anyway, it is the beginning of June. Sorry about the wind. I really hope you can still hear me. I'm trying to speak nice and clear. But let's get started. So this is my kitchen garden. That's kind of what my plan is for this. In these pots I have like herbs and stuff. I mean, less lettuce, but this is dill. This was supposed to be lemon balm, but everything like died and didn't come up. So this is St. John's wort that I just put in there. And this is the lettuce. It was like this small last time. So it's doing pretty good. And this stuff, it actually bolted. This is the stuff that I thought was like kohlrabi or something. I actually have no idea what it is, but it bolted. It went to seed. I kind of tried snapping it off. I don't know if anything will happen, but I'll leave it. And then I also planted some cilantro. I'm not sure if that's what that is. Yeah, I think so. Okay, cool. My cilantro is coming up. This right over here is a cherry tomato plant. These are sun gold cherry tomatoes. So because this area is kind of supposed to be like my kitchen garden, things that I can just like grab quick when I need it, I wanted to plant my cherry tomatoes over here so that way I could just like grab some cherry tomatoes for like salads or just snacking or something. But I also have one in the garden too, just to kind of see which one will do better. I want cherry tomatoes, so I planted two, one in the back and one over here. So we'll see. It seems to be doing pretty good right now. And over here, this is where my lettuce is. It's growing nice and big and I'm really excited to try this. My kale is looking pretty good except for this one. There's definitely something eating it and I'm thinking it's rabbits. So I can't see any worms or anything on there, so I don't think it's like bugs. I'm thinking it's rabbits because they're pretty big like pieces off of there. Like, I don't know if you can see that. So we do have rabbits around here, so I'm guessing a rabbit is coming and like reaching that section right there because that's, I don't know. It seems weird that a rabbit would go over there and eat it. So it might be something else, but I just don't know. That's what I'm guessing right now because I can't see any bugs. Now we're gonna go to the back. We got some hostas here. We didn't plant them, but they're pretty, so. And now everything is finally up. So we finally got our trellises up. This is just cattle panel. We got some T-posts and then just put that on, and that will be the trellises for these tomatoes right over here. And we got some more tomatoes over there. So pretty much all of the tomato varieties that I'm growing, I got the idea to get them from Jess from Roots and Refuge. I love her channel and she just knows so much about tomatoes and she always talks about different ones. So I didn't get obviously all of them. I don't have as big of a garden as her, but I got some varieties that I really wanted to try that just sounded really good. So over here, this one is a Cherokee Purple, and then I got an Amish Paste, which is actually not something that I heard from her. I think I've heard her talk about it before, but it's just one thing that I've heard was a really good paste tomato, and I wanted some more paste tomatoes to make like sauces and stuff like that. So that's what that is. I have 3 plants, one on this side and 2 on the other side to make sure I get some or quite a bit of paste tomatoes. Over here, I think this one is a Dr. Witchy's, which I am probably the most excited for because it's yellow, and Jessica from Roots and Refuge always talks about it and how like good it is, and I don't know if I've ever tried like a yellow tomato before. So I'm really excited about that, and it's gonna I feel like it's just gonna be really, really pretty. Over here, I got a Paul Robeson, which is one of the ones that Jess says was like her best her best tasting tomato experience in the garden. I think it was that one. So I'm excited to try that one too. And then the last one over here is the Sun Gold, which is the same thing in the front. It's like a yellowish orange cherry tomato. So I'm excited about that. I think it's funny because pretty much like everyone around here, like my family, I feel like they think it's all these things are weird. Like everyone always just gets normal like beefsteak tomatoes, red tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, or like red cherry tomatoes. And I feel, and like for me, those are great, but just kind of like Jessica from Roots and Refuge always says, is like, why grow things that you can get at the grocery store? Why not grow things that are just different and exciting and something that you can't get anywhere else? That's what I'm thinking of too. Like I feel like it's just exciting. You can grow new things that you've never tried before, and it's just gonna be more pretty than just a whole bunch of red, you know? So I don't know. I love experimenting with things. I love the idea of growing new varieties that I've never tried before. So I will hopefully be able to do more and more every year, but I guess we'll see if I like these varieties I've never tried before, and then go from there, see what I want to plant next year. These are my carrots, and then I started these ones first, and then I started these ones a couple weeks later, and then these ones I started a couple weeks later. So these ones are just starting to come up now. And over here, I got my Kajari melons. Only 2 of them came up. I planted one there too, but it didn't come up. So then over here, I got 2 kinds of pickling cucumbers. I don't remember what the variety is, but then this one over here, I think I actually mentioned it in my last garden tour, but my mom got a packet of seeds from someone in Mexico, and they're white cucumbers, but I don't know the variety, but I'm excited to try it. So we'll see how that, I hope it grows nicely, and I hope I get a good harvest from them so I can taste, or I can see how it tastes. I also got my onions growing right here. These things came up like so fast. But yeah, this whole thing is planted with onions. I got a marigold over here, and also in this little section over here, I planted, there's some cinnamon basil right there. And there's supposed to be another one over here too, but I feel like something ate it or something. I don't know. That sucks. But hopefully this one survives. Right here, I got a calendula plant. This is like a sweet basil. And then over here, I planted cinnamon basil, another cinnamon basil. Basil. They're looking a little bit sad though. I'm hoping they grow because I want to try that. And then on this side is where I have my peppers and some more basil. So I got like basil kind of in between the tomatoes. So there's basil there, one basil right there, another basil over there. And then these are my peppers. I think this whole row here are shishito peppers, which are sweet peppers that I've never tried before. And these ones are jalapenos. And then this is a ghost pepper plant that my husband saw at at a store, and so he wanted it, so I got it. And then these are the Carolina Reaper plants that I started from seed, and there was a third one, but it died. I'm not sure why the Carolina Reaper died. The other ones are kind of like, the leaves are kind of like turning, like it looks like they're burning too. It hasn't been that hot though, and I know peppers love the heat, so I don't really know what it is because I did harden them off. Like they've been outside for a while, just not in the ground. So I don't know. I'm almost thinking our neighbors, my neighbor whose house is like literally right there, they got sprayed for spiders. So I didn't think about it at first, but I'm kind of worried about the spray damaging my plants. So that might have been what that is, because because it was the smallest Carolina Reaper plant, it might have just not been able to handle any type of, like, I guess would it be a pesticide or whatever type of spray they use for spiders. So that's maybe why. I hope the other ones do okay, because I started them from seed, and I'm pretty like proud of that, and my husband really wants to make some sort of thing with Carolina Reapers. I'm nervous for them because they're obviously the hottest pepper in the world, so I don't want anyone touching them, and I don't know what I would use it for, because you have to be like really careful, because it would like, it's just gonna burn like crazy. But these shishitos right over here that are closest to the house too, they seem fine. They don't seem like they had any damage from it, so it could just be because they're like older, they've been in the ground for longer, and they're just tougher, they can handle it. But I don't know, maybe it was just the sun or something that burnt my Carolina Reapers, and now it's dying. The shishitos I'm really excited for, because I want to try new sweet peppers, because I'm not actually a big fan of eating peppers raw. Like, I know people love bell peppers and eating them, and I can do it if I have salt or like hummus or something, but I'm not the biggest fan. And that might just because they're like store-bought or something. But I also want to try different sweet peppers to see if they're just better. They're better just raw by themselves. And yeah, and these shishito peppers, I've heard they're really good blistered, if you like blister them and then dipping them in like a garlic aioli. I got that idea from Jess from Roots and Refuge too, so I don't know. I definitely want to try that. If like with these peppers, that is my number one like recipe that I want to try. So, and I'll let you know what I think. I also planted marigold here too. It was just a while ago, so I hope it comes back nicely. And then I think there's like a basil at the end there too, so we'll see. And then over here, this is new. We got some raspberry plants from my cousin, so we planted them over here. Our plan is to like get rid of all the grass in between there too, but we were just kind of in a hurry, so we just dug some holes and planted them. And then we're gonna build like a system to support the vining raspberries. Over here, this is a little cute birdhouse that my husband bought, and then he like put it on a post and just put it on there. He was saying I should get like an old-fashioned watering can just to put on there and like put like flowers in something, and I feel like that would be really cute. Here's the oregano that I got, and it just smells so good. Here's like my lovely flowerish garden that I just kind of let do whatever. I mean, there's rhubarb in here, but it hasn't really been growing nicely or like bigger at all, so I don't know. Maybe I guess I could maybe harvest those and those, but I don't know if I want to keep this here. But there's like the creeping Charlie and those type of weed things, but they're pretty, so I'm keeping them. These are daisies that I planted. Ooh, and they're just about to bloom. I never even noticed that. That's awesome. This is sage and thyme, and they're blooming, and it just looks so pretty. And over here, this is the cottage garden. It's really windy over here. But I mentioned last time in this cottage garden, there were like spots where I planted things, but I wasn't quite sure what they were. Most of the stuff never came up. I think I just saw that there were some places where I planted like a type of lettuce, and I think they are coming up. So that actually is exciting, but everything else I don't think came up. Only the things that I like transplanted in here after. So I'll show you that. So here's my sunflower that's looking pretty good. And this is my chamomile, which is growing nicely. So I'm really excited about that. And over here, I got calendula. This is like, I think I must have dropped a seed or something, because I don't remember planting lettuce there. But that's the Merlot lettuce too. There's another calendula over here. Something's making a nest. I don't know. And then I got some kale here. These are the lettuces that just popped up. That's calendula. That's my kale. They were turning like really purple, which I guess you can kind of see they still are, but they're growing some leaves, so that's good. This is rosemary that I got from just a store and I transplanted in here. That's more kale, kale, calendula, and then spinach that I transplanted too, and some more lettuce. So that's pretty much it for my garden tour. I hope you guys enjoyed. We won't probably be harvesting any tomatoes until like middle of July, even end of July. I think that's what I remember last time, but we'll see. But I'm definitely gonna try to keep up these garden tours maybe once a week or once a month, as well as obviously just really good, delicious recipes, because I love giving you guys recipes, especially with the harvest that I'm going to get from these. I'm hoping to get some recipes out for you guys so you guys can have some nice, easy, and delicious meals for supper or breakfast or lunch or whatever. But I hope you guys have a great week. Let me know what you're most excited for in your garden, and I'll see you next time. Bye.